Hello and welcome to this second video in this series of 3. The first one I talked about how Bitcoin went from 25 cents in 2011 to over $1,200 now. That if you put $1,000 into it back then, it'd be worth over $4.8 million now. And just to give you a scope of the changes coming to the financial system, I wanted to give that example so that if you don't know about digital currencies, then you could see the scope of the changes coming and see the importance of getting established right now. But many people who jump into the digital currency trading are doing so unaware that it is very, very different than stock trading or commodities trading. And in the third video, I'm going to give you an alternative that's going to help you build your Bitcoin without relying on the uncertainties of the digital currency markets. But here in this video, I want to share something with you that I've been studying for years and years and years. And that is how the pump and dump groups actually work to manipulate prices and build the prices up and make millions of dollars themselves, literally millions of dollars. It's something that it's near and dear to my heart because I think it's manipulative and it's illegal if you're trying to do these things in the stock market. But the digital currency markets have started out without regulations and they've been rampantly abused, and many people get fleeced by that, especially if you are watching the price charts and looking at technical analysis patterns without really understanding the technology that you're investing in, without really understanding why the prices are actually moving. You can be caught up in seeing a great looking price chart pattern that is being developed artificially by price manipulators. And just at the time that you're buying in because it looks like a great buy signal, it's actually the time the group leaders are all selling out. And it's important to know how all of that is working. So years ago, I created a document called The 5 Stages of the Merchanters Ripoff. The Merch Clan ripoff. And you see the same strategy was used inside the game of RuneScape. RuneScape had an exchange inside, a central exchange where you could buy and sell goods from the game, and the price of the goods was based on supply and demand. So when all the supply was used up and there was lots of demand, prices would go up. And so groups got together and started manipulating these prices, making billions of gold pieces of in-game currency and then selling that in-game currency back to players of the game for US dollars. And so they were making hordes of money by manipulating prices this way. And so I started teaching people how to identify when these patterns are coming up and how to avoid getting caught up in the scam, but also how to dump on the altcoin pumpers. So when you know how this pattern is laid out in advance, you can have a strategy that is put in place and that gives you the advantage when the prices eventually go up by the result of a pump and dump group. I'll give you the brief outline of how these pump and dump groups work. First of all, you have the mastermind who decides which ones are going to be pumped. And so if I was the mastermind, I would look around through the charts to find some low-priced, low-volume items that have low amount of activity going on in them. And I would slowly buy up a very little bit of, say, 10 different ones of these coins that I'm planning to pump in the future. Then, when I'm deciding which one I'm going to pump, I've accumulated thousands of these coins, maybe Bitcoin's worth of this small traded currency. What I do is I send out a notice to my inner group of generals, I would call them. 5 or 10, maybe 20 people who you say, this is the coin that we're going to be pumping in 2 weeks from now. We're going to put this one out to the public and start pumping it. So accumulate it now and you will be in the advantageous position when we start going public on this. So first stage is the group leader is buying the stuff. Second stage is telling the generals which stuff to buy. And there could be a range of different coins that he's aiming at. So out of the group of 5 coins, the group may buy all 5 of them and then decide which one to pump 2 weeks later. So when it comes down to going out to the public and releasing the news to the public to say to the rest of the group who's on the email list or following on the social media or looking around in the forums or on the public live chat things, this is when the pump is actually starting and they are putting it out publicly. The thing is, the group leaders are already selling. They've already doubled or tripled their money and they're already selling out as that pump is starting to go up high. And so people are getting excited about it and they're starting to buy in, but this is actually when the group leaders have already been selling out. And so the danger is when you're buying after the move has started to go up, it's already lost its momentum and it's on its way down. Though prices are going up, the momentum has lost, and you're going to end up holding the bag. You'll end up holding this coin that looks like it's going to be going up, but the chart pattern was completely fabricated. And in the real world stock markets, those kind of scams, leaders would be jailed for organizing something like that. And so it's never been something that I wanted to get involved in any way, except to educate people on how it works. Now the thing is, if you know how this works and you identify these patterns and you know that there's going to be short-term little flurries of movement that have no long-term meaning, then you can set out a net of purchases, set out your sell orders in advance, be happy with double or triple your profits, and you would be able to make those profits as the markets are moving. As the other people are pumping the prices, you could be making those profits automatically. So this takes a bit of planning in advance, and it does take some risk, and it takes a lot of patience to wait for the moment that those prices go up all of a sudden. So I hope this video helps you understand a little bit more of how these prices are pumping and how they're going up and down, and it may help you realize when the stages of buying are actually appropriate. So if you have any questions about these pump and dump groups, please drop by our forum. We have an active group of people who are monitoring the public pump and dump groups and letting us know which activities that they are publicly talking about now. Thanks again. And in the next video, I'm going to show you 2 different strategies to set out a set and forget strategy so that you are assured that you are going to benefit from this massive change in the way money is working around the world. Thanks again for watching this video. I appreciate having you here. Good luck in all of your trading. Bye for now.